Now it brings me back to want to talk about somebody like Said Aboj. Said Aboj is not a role model to our young ones. Imagine there was this video of Said Aboj that I watched. Said Aboj said, if a man cannot pay her 20 million naira, that the man cannot sleep with her. Like, what are you teaching the young ones out there? Someone like Said Aboj shouldn't be considered as a role model in the society. She's an F to the society, to our young girls growing up. Our young girls growing up looking up to someone like Said Aboj or Blessing CEO, as in I believe they are trying to tarnish or dent themselves.
Yes.
They are not a good role model to the society. Now, you as a wife, you should know that my husband did not have. My husband don't have this money this time around. He said, I will give you this money next time. Be patient with him. Don't because, let me say, he did not provide that money for you immediately. Then you started shouting at him, insulting him. Look at, you cannot take care of the family. You cannot take care of your kids. Look at, and men hate women that compares them with other persons.
Good afternoon, viewers all around the world. Welcome once more to the Apostolic Chambers Studio here in Omocholo Alu community in the Ikoro local government area, Rivers State. Today, we are privileged to discuss on another important topic, which we've considered or titled remote cases for marriage or relationship failures. Remote major causes for marriage or relationship failures. And in the studio this afternoon, I'm with a friend, a brother, a journalist who is live and direct here to discuss this topic with me. A lot of questions are prepared to ask him, and I'm sure with the level of understanding and study in this field, he will be able to help us who are planning or coming up in the marriage issue to avoid these causes that leads to marriage breakage. He is here right by my left side in the studio here. He is by name. Please, sir, can you tell the world who you are?
All right. Thank you. My name is R.D. Yes, I'm here live in the Apostolic Studio, the best studio in the Port Harcourt.
Port Harcourt, yeah.
Yes.
All
all this while, I've had this topic pondering in my mind all this while, because most times when I look into some homes, I get to find out as in a crumbled home. Yeah, you see someone get married today, within space of 2 years, 3 years, they would have issue or thereabout. So that was why I love this topic that you just brought up. I love the topic. But without wasting much of our time, I just want to let the audience, the viewers, know the key reasons, the key remote causes of every failed marriages or relationship. Now, first off, let me just outline it. Let me outline it. Then I will take it bit by bit. First off, is a trust issue. Trust. That's number one. Then, having said that, number two is different priorities. Number three is I would say lack of respect. Then number four is a lack of finances. Yes, or financial differences.
Okay.
You understand? So, but I will take it bit by bit now. Now, when I said trust, now for every relationship to work, you must, as a woman, you must be able to trust your husband. You must be able to trust your wife. Not only the masculine gender trusting the feminine gender, or for the feminine gender to trust. No, both of them, they must coexist. You must be able to trust your partners. You must be able to trust your wife. You must be able to, whatever your wife tells you, you believe, you trust her. Now, when you start having these issues, this trust barrier, trust differences, that is the beginning of failure. Now, when your wife, as a banker, goes to work and comes back around that kind 6 p.m., you know that bank closes around that kind 5, and she comes back around 6, and she told you that, or maybe she probably tell you that the MD or the manager of the bank was like, okay, fine, everybody should wait, we have a brief meeting. And when she comes back and she narrates why she came home late, and you started saying, no, maybe you think she went to see a man, that is the beginning of failure. And whereas a man comes back from work tired and late, and he couldn't perform his night duty as husband.
Normal work.
You think maybe he has gone to waste his strength. Yes, with another woman. That is the beginning of every crumbled marriage. Now, the second point I raised there is different priorities. Now, you should be able to understand what your wife wants or what your husband wants. Now, number 3 is lack of respect. Now, you have to respect your wife. You have to respect your husband. Devoid of any challenges, you have to honor your wife, respect your husband. Now, when a man is talking and the wife too is shouting, those things, they bring problem in a marriage. Now, even if you know that as a wife that you are right, you are not wrong, and your husband is screaming, is yelling at you, humble, mellow down, humble, be submissive to your husband. That is what the Bible said. The Bible said a wife should be submissive to her husband, no matter the level of challenges. Be submissive, humble yourself to your husband. Don't let me say your husband did something, then you went out, you started shouting, telling neighbors, look at what your husband did. That thing, your husband will not respect you. You understand? That is the beginning of every failed marriages. Learn to respect your husband, respect your wife. Very, very important. Brings me to the last point, which is finances. Now, financial differences. Now, one of the key problem of every failed relationship is if a man cannot be able to provide for his family. Now, you as a wife, you should know that my husband did not have. My husband don't have this money this time around. He said, I will give you this money next week. Be patient with him. Don't because, let me say, he did not provide that money for you immediately, then you started shouting at him, insulting him. Look at, you cannot take care of the family. You cannot take care of your kids. Look at, and men hate women that compares them with other persons. Now you say, look at Chioma's father. Look at his children. They are in private school. They are riding different cars. No, men hate that kind of. Don't frustrate your husband, even if your husband does not have. You understand? As in, be patient enough, work with him. You understand? So be patient enough to work with your husband. Don't go and sleep with another man because your husband did not provide for you. No. Now it brings me back to want to talk about somebody like Said Aboj. Said Aboj is not a role model to our young ones. Imagine there was this video of Said Aboj that I watched. Said Aboj said, if a man cannot pay her 20 million naira, that the man cannot sleep with her. Like, what are you teaching the young ones out there? Someone like Said Aboj shouldn't be considered as a role model in the society. She's an F to the society, to our young girls growing up. Our young girls growing up looking up to someone like Said Aboj or Blessing CEO. As in, I believe they are trying to tarnish or dent themselves.
Yes.
They are not a good role model to the society. So, with this little point, I know that I'm able to, even though I cannot spearhead it very well, but these are the points that I think are the deterrents to every failed relationship.
Okay. Thank you so much. I'm so happy. I think I've learned a lot of things. But then, I want to say something.
Okay.
After that, I have other questions I will be asking you.
Okay.
I'm confident you will deliver.
All right.
And the people listening to us, their time watching us will not be in vain. Because by the time we are done, most of them we have gotten evidences or ways to make more corrections in their home. Now, I also want to take a look at something like this. I don't know how to title it.
Okay.
But in a situation whereby a man source of income is low to that of the wife.
Okay.
For instance, let's say a man is not well educated, or even if he is, his source of income, what he earns as salary, is below that of the wife.
His wife. Okay.
Now, and then when the wife now feel okay, since he is doing any more than the man should be under him. I think that also can lead to marriage failure.
Okay.
Trying to make I'm the one now. My own salary is 200,000 for instance. The husband's salary is 80,000 for instance. And so the man may not be able to meet up most of the demands based on the source of his income.
Okay.
And even at that, some women will go as far as, even in that condition, they still want the man to give them money on their own, their personal money. Now, so I would like to say that in a situation like that, the woman should understand that the Bible says they are an helpmate to the man. So when God knows why He has placed you in that marriage, because He knows that with you by the side of this man, If you are just like at that point, the man only has one hand, which is the right hand. You are the left hand. So the areas where the right hand could not get to, the left hand is expected to be there.
Okay.
So, as a married woman, both your salary and whatever you are, both your level of education, qualification, or whatever level of grade, certification, whatever you acquired in life, I think everything you are ought to be under the man. Not that he's going to be in charge of your life, but he is the head of the family as described by the Bible.
Okay.
And it's believed that whatever you are or whatever you have, he should be the one to sit with you, not to decide, but to sit and agree. Another thing again I want to talk about before I give you the question is to talk about agreement.
Okay.
You know, a situation whereby the man wants to be the head always, head and not the tail. Is another issue that causes trouble in the house. Because there's some ladies eyes are already, let me use the word, open. And so when they enter into a marriage, some ladies are into the marriage because of what they want. Not all of them are there because some come to you because of their money or whatever. So when the man is married to a wife and he wants to be the boss always, not all ladies tolerate that. Of course. You come from the house, for instance, baby is lying down, right? The wife is in the kitchen cooking, and then you cross your leg reading newspaper. And then the next comment you say is, "Madam, the child is crying." I mean, most ladies don't take that. Even me as a man, women, we will not even take that as well. So I think on the side of a man, these are things also man should also consider. Yeah. So nothing is wrong. My mother always tells me, nothing is wrong if you, as a man, returns from work and enter into the kitchen to prepare. Yes. Nothing is wrong with that.
Nothing is wrong with that.
Yeah. The wife can be free most of the times. She is doing nothing. That does not mean she is not, maybe you are not serving her. No. The house has to be complementing each other. Yes. It's two of them will say two of you come together and they are now one. Yes. So then these are two things I also, as we were discussing, I felt will also lead to marriage failure or relationship.
Okay. Having said that, let me use this biblical excursion. Now, when God created Adam, He found out that Adam would need a helpmate. That was why He created Eve from his own, from the man's image. From man's image. Yes, one rib.
From the lips.
You understand? So what I'm trying to say in essence is that even if, like you said earlier, even if a woman's salary, the wife's salary is more than the husband, she should be submissive. Don't let an outsider know that you are earning or you are the architect of the family. You should be submissive. Now, when a man prepares food for the family and the wife is seated at home doing nothing, I don't see it as a bad thing. It's what they call understanding. The basis of every flow of a relationship is understanding. When you are able to understand your wife, you are able to understand your husband, I believe there will be no barrier or any differences in the relationship. Now, I forgot to chip in something. Communication is very, very vital in every relationship.
Yes, sir.
Now, for every relationship to work, you must be able to communicate to your partner. Even if the wife is at River State and the husband is at Lagos, you should be able to always call your wife, call your children, find out how they are faring. Now, when you don't communicate to somebody, you wouldn't know how the person is feeling. Now, you as a man, you should be able to call your wife, you should be able to hear from your children. Now, you as the husband, you should be able to do the same thing. It is vice versa. In my language, they said, which means when the right hand washes the left hand will turn and wash the right hand, because both man and woman, they must coexist, they must agree.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
They must agree and not to disagree.
Yes. I think in addition to what you just said, I used to hear my mother sometimes when she always tells me, marry your friend. And do not marry a lady, don't marry a lady because you love her. Don't marry a man because he has money. I attended a wedding sometimes in William Diagrace. I attended a wedding sometimes ago, and they were asking the lady, so why did you like this man? Or why did you decide to marry this man? And you know what the lady said? The pastor was very funny at the end of our statement. The lady said, he is cute, he has hairs, he has open teeth, he is fair. I used to like fair girls that have hairs on the body. And blah, 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 blah. At the end of the day, the pastor asked, now when you get home and there's no food, you eat the hairs or the cuteness, and the whole church laughed. The church laughed. So what am I saying? Now, another thing again that brings trouble in marriage is marrying the man because of what you see,
Okay.
or going to a woman because of what you see. Ah, the girl is beautiful. Her breast is standing. Her back is okay. Her shape and the rest. Ah, he's a handsome boy. He's brilliant. He can read. He can write. My brother, if you are not careful, others will learn from you to build their family. So what I'm trying to say is that in terms like this, know why you are entering into that marriage. Don't marry because the guy is okay to satisfy your bed. I told a friend sometimes where I say you can live in a relationship for 5 years and ending up not married.
Yes, of course.
Because marriage is that school you go into and you never graduate even until death comes. So, one thing that must make marriage to stand is this idea of you as a woman knowing why. Be ready. Are you ready to carry the cross? So marriage is a cross. Imagine when you go into a marriage where the man is this type that keeps hairs, and you as a woman you don't keep hairs, you don't like hair. With the man is this type that have hairs with the armpits, dirty, not cleaning, and so on and so forth. And you as a man you are different. All of these things make marriage not to last. By the time you now see the man that appears or behaves the way you always like, you now retrospect to what you have at home. That's it. So, I think to conclude the issue, sir, I just have 2 things I want to privilege about it. Okay, having said all of this as major causes, do you also have any other thing you can add to this? In the side of talk about finance level, like I mentioned before. I don't know if you have any 1 or 2 things you want to add to this. You also talked about communication. Now, let me ask this question so that we use that to summarize. Now, is it right for a man and a woman to be away from each other for a long time, husband and wife? We talked about communication here, you must be communicating. Now, is that communication okay enough to keep them without them seeing one-on-one? Having other things with the wife, for instance, the wife is in Lagos with the children, just when he's here, they stay away for months. Is it possible that communication alone can keep them, trust and everything? Is it possible?
Most times, long distance relationship is not always profitable because there is need for you to always have contact with your family. Now, even though jobs can distance both couples, but at least try in as much as possible to always make time for your family. Family is all. Even though you are working, number one thing is your family. You understand? So distance relationship is not really advisable. But like I said earlier, if you can recall, understanding is a very, very core value in a relationship. You being able to understand your husband, you being able to understand your wife.
Thank you so much, sir. Viewers, just as we have said, you've heard all we discussed from the guest and my friend, my brother, in the studio with me this afternoon. We've mentioned about 8 major points which we have believed and convinced that if applied, will make marriage last and not breaking along. We talk about trusting issue. You must trust yourselves. We say individual priority. You don't feel bigger than this person, so you don't feel bigger than you and the rest of them. We talk about lack of respect. No matter the age of their wife or size of their husband, his source of income, that respect that he's your head and he's your supporters must be there.
Oh yes, whether he's rich or
poor, that respect must be there.
Your husband.
There are financial differences. We talk about
communication.
We talk about understanding and the rest of them. Please, we are trusting God that with all of this, if applied, marriage will last. We're not happy that Nigerian marriages will scatter. God bless you for listening to us once more. You're watching all live here in Apostolic Chamber Studio. Mosholo Port Harcourt. Brother, you're welcome.
All right.
God bless you. Nice to see you.
All right.
Hopeful to meet you again.
No problem.
God bless you.
And whenever you want to do a podcast, whenever you want to do advert or anything, you can always visit
Apostolic Chamber Studio.
The best place in Port Harcourt. Thank you all.
Thank you. God bless you. God
Have
bless
a wonderful day.
Have a wonderful day.